Hey guys, what's up? It's Jay from Sony Alpha Lab, and what I got here is the new Sony A7 II, and this is my Sony A7R. So this is the old, this is the new. And looking at it from the front, you can see just how much taller the A7 II is. You can also see where the space is on the bottom. There's more space. You can tell that the grip is bigger, a little bit thinner in the front, notably deeper. From the front, you can also see this dial on the where the dials change, this one versus this one. This is a much better design in my opinion. The shutter button is also moved down here, much better. You can see where it is up here. The original A series full frame cameras are basically just a modified RX1 body. So the shutter and everything is pretty much in the same exact spot as the RX1. So now this is just an all new refined body design. On the bottom is, you could see just how much bigger the bottom area is. Much larger surface area compared to the A7R. See the difference? It's because of the way the screen is designed. You can see how the screen hangs down, it hangs over, but it doesn't go into the body. Like on this one, it actually goes into the body a little bit. See that? So when you put a tripod plate on like this one, for example, you're gonna get much more surface area on this new design. Much more surface area than on this. See the difference? See how this angles downward also, which gives you less surface area, and same thing in the back, it angles. This is just a big flat bottom, you know, kind of like on a DSLR or whatever. Nice work, Sony. All right, so from the back, don't mind the fingerprint, sorry about that. You can see how the dial is different. The angle here on the, instead of this lip, this square lip, they have this nice angle now. Unfortunately, the menu button is still on the left side. There is plenty of room over here, so they should have put it over here for sure. They could have moved the C3 over a little, put the menu button there, or better yet, put it over here, move the function a little bit down to the left, and then put the menu button right there. That would have been better in my opinion. Note the difference in screen thickness here. You can see just how much thinner this screen is compared to the A7R. And also at this angle, the screen is actually touching the ground here, or in the white, and in this one, it's off the ground. See that? It's a little bit, it's a more refined design, and it's better on the A7 II for sure. And when it closes it, it actually sits inside the camera a little more. It sticks out just a little bit and has these lips. The A7R design also has these lips, sticks out a little bit more. But again, on the bottom, you can see how it overlaps. It's like part of the bottom of the camera kinda. And then this one, it's like a separate, little better design there for sure. This is the A7R on the left. And that has the double metal door design. This is the new door design. They open downward, like so. And the A7R, they pop open this way. Pardon my arm there. They pop open that way. So this design works pretty good, kind of liking it. It's not as sturdy as the metal door, because it is like a rubberized plastic. So here you can see from the side how much better the grip is. Just look how much thicker overall the camera is. It also has a slightly larger thumb rest, which is nice. You can see that, the difference in size there. So the door now is not part of the thumb rest. Like in this design, you can see how the door is part with the angle there. Well, that's pretty much it from the side. I mean, you can see the shutter button placement. You can see how well this is made. All right, so here's the top of the A7 II, and here's the A7R, and you can see the difference here again. Notice the shutter placement, much better design over here. You can actually see the wheel sticking out just a little there. You got the exposure comps on the same spot in both. You have the flash, that's the same. Notice how this says steady shot inside right here? That doesn't have it. You can see overall how much thicker the camera is. Just look how much thicker. And then the shutter button we got there. So looking at the sensors, we have a 24 megapixel sensor with the hybrid AF, and it has an anti-aliasing filter on the front of it. On the A7R, we have the higher resolution 36 megapixel sensor, and it does not have an anti-aliasing filter. So the images are going to be a little bit sharper, a little bit more per pixel detail on the A7R due to the lack of anti-aliasing filter. So bottom line, this is the same sensor that's in the original A7 full frame camera. It has an updated firmware though, which gives the autofocus 30% faster tracking, apparently. That remains to be seen. I have to do some testing, but that's what Sony is claiming at this point, and I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be, but you know, we'll find out. All right guys, I just wanted to go over the shutter sound of these cameras real quick, the difference. So here's the A7R. Pretty loud. And here's the new A7. It's definitely louder, the A7R. Alright, there you go. Alright guys, so here's the difference using the 16 to 35 versus the 17 to 40 with Metabones adapter. So you can see how much, smaller the overall setup is. Weight-wise, believe it or not, they're very similar with the current setup. Yeah, they're very close.